All right, so I don't have much progress, especially considering that the meeting didn't happen this week. Reached out to Alejo to figure out kind of like what the next steps are. When's the meeting happening? Because we have questions to ask each of the after school coordinators. Questions to ask you. Things that can help us fill in some of the blanks. Um, and I mean, I guess he wasn't going to reach out to me at all. He just waited for me to reach out to him, and then apologized and said, we pushed back the meeting maybe sometime next week. So it could even be a little bit after, which gives me a little bit more time to put together something to show you guys, and then we pick it apart. An official presentation. And I might get Curlin to put a little help in there because he's good at putting those together. And I'm here. I just won't be able to talk often. Okay, cool. So that's the update. That's really all there is. I just want to pick this weekend, trying to go through the document, building out the thing, have Curly look at it like maybe on Monday, and then hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday, I want you guys to take a look, and then it'll be the actual first draft that I'm going to be putting together. So you guys can actually edit that actual draft and add your comments, take things away. I'll try to have it separated into sections, kind of like we have our original notes document, and kind of take it from there.
All right, sounds like a plan. Hey, at least we got more time to prepare.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if you guys had anything new, but I don't have anything new at this point because I really needed to go over the document and that brackets website. Yeah, that's always
All right.
that's always nice. I think she means having more time.
New. Oh yeah.
I think she means having more time.
I remember last time you said something about us individually taking apart chapters, and so I think Zach chose 16, 17, and then I subsequently chose 18 and 19. And I've got, I don't know if you want to go over it today, but I've got a whole...
Yeah. I mean, especially if you guys added to the document. It sounds good, Mom. Wait, what?
I think he sent it to the wrong place.
It sounds good. Mom's on the phone, so my mic is on.
Oh, okay.
How flattering.
Well, I will say that I'm pretty sure Billy finished his two chapters. I finished a synopsis of chapter 17. I read 16, but I still need to put down graphs and information I took away because 16 is a pretty hefty chapter. It talks about morning announcements at schools and production teams, and then stuff for eSports shoutcasters.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. Are you guys adding kind of like your notes or feedback to the document yet, or you're still just reading through it?
I linked my document to the original document we've been working on. I just have it under chapter 16 to 17 analysis. 16 still needs to be done, and I probably need to reread it because how big it was. But I think we're just reading and typing out notes, and then as it's finished, we'll fill it out.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, don't overdo it. Just kind of do this whenever you guys have some free time. So that's perfect. And Lily, I see that you have notes too. You just haven't added them to the doc yet. That's perfect. And then I'll be doing the same thing, except I'm going to be sharing the actual what I just forgot the word. The actual
Proposal?
Proposal. Just completely slipped. I'll be finishing the actual proposal, and then we'll slowly start to bring everything over there to the branded proposal. So that's perfect. So again,
Awesome.
You guys are making this, really happen no matter what. You guys are putting in some work. So like I said, you guys will all be getting something regardless, just for helping to put this proposal together. So this is really good. But everything's still on point. Curlin was telling me that Alejo is not the best at communicating. So I found that out because I had to reach out to him, and then found out, he'll let me know when the meeting is. So that's good. So Billy, you wanted to go over some of what you were working on?
Yeah, I picked apart chapter 18 is more chapter 18 and chapter 19 go into like the tournament setup, like the logistics of like equipment, and chapter 8, you know what? I can share my screen actually.
I can pull up
If
the
that would
doc
help,
too.
because I have a doc now. Okay.
I just have to.
If you don't know, it's on the eSports meeting. It's linked of chapter 18, 19 analysis,
Okay.
and I'll give you guys like a second to get there if you're not there already. Okay.
Yeah. What? I'm here. It's loading. Since I'm not on Ethernet, it's
So
crazy.
yeah, I can see like your video is like 5 seconds behind. Like when you talk, but you're just like mouth is completely not moving.
Yeah.
But okay, so chapter 18 was like not that long, and it basically just went over what is a production and what is an observer PC. So the production PC is probably going to be like the beefy one that we use. That is used by the shoutcaster. I got that wrong on the notes. The production PC is what the shoutcaster uses, not the observer PC. Because in the production PC, it's got all the cameras, it's got all the players, and it has the observer. And the observer is the spectator flying overhead in the game, and I think I wrote it down just like a real sport. The audience wants to see everything's happening in like a top-down view, so that's the observer's PC's job. And maybe we can have someone like who knows the game well, using it in providing overhead. And chapter 19 really like delves into the big part of it, and it goes into a lot of equipment. I can go through the different equipment that we might need. So the first thing is the router, and we're going to need a lot of Ethernet cords. How everything's going to be connected through Ethernet cabling. Optionally, and I'm pretty sure we are going to, we're going to hook up a modem to the router. The modem is just going to provide the actual internet. But the router's job is to manage all the devices' IP addresses. Every computer is going to have a very unique IP address, and I'll go into that later with like the IP chart and whatever.
Okay.
Under the router is going to be connected to the network switch, and the network switch, I'm still kind of a little confused about the difference between a router and a network switch, because both technically do the same job, and that's use Ethernet cabling to connect all the devices together.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like even here. So I have a network switch. So it's really based on speed, and then based on it auto connecting as opposed to you manually connecting your network connection. So it kind of has a memory once you plug it in. It is kind of interesting they have two. Because I think one is managed. So it looks like since the router is managed, the switch just kind of connects everybody into one place. Once they're connected, it'll remember where all the computers are. And then you probably can manage all that through the router.
Yeah.
So usually it's kind of weird. Sometimes the router and modem are one. So
I mean, my house has a modem, and then like because we kind of want the internet to be stronger, we connect it to a router, and I have a third router in my room connected to the other router because I'm literally across the house, to where the internet. But under that, device-wise, I've got the camera they recommend. It is pricey, but it's also power over Ethernet, so we don't have to worry about like having specific cabling. We can just get Ethernet connected to the camera and then connected to the network switch. And right under that, but made by the same people, PTZ Optics, they have a joystick, which is basically like the camera operator, and that's also an opportunity to have maybe a student or someone interested, and being like, hey, camera operator, you put that in your resume, that's perfect.
So is that you have a link to that, or can you put a picture of that in here?
I can find a picture. It's to describe it.
Just so I can wrap my.
Yeah, oh, I can find those in my hand.
You know what I mean? I mean,
So-
not now. Just not now. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
alright.
I wasn't sure if you because I can't. I'm trying to picture what that even looks like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think,
And then you said it's Ethernet powered. So that's blowing my mind even more.
the camera, like, I don't know how to describe it, and the way I would describe it might be even more confusing. It's gonna be. Have you seen?
Yeah.
As
long as if I see a link to one or a picture, then that's good. Or a link, either one.
Right.
That's,
I
that's
linked
crazy.
all the cameras and the equipment, things that have a price to it, and we need to and or can buy. It will be linked. This is an alternative to OBS called Wirecast, installed onto the production PC. And Wirecast is like, if you've ever used video editing software, it kind of looks the same thing like that. I've seen a video of the introduction of what Wirecast is, and it's got like a timeline, right? And it's got all the different inputs. It's got all the computers. It's got observer. It's got the gaming. It's got the webcam, and it's got all that. And it's basically the brain. We're gonna. All right, let's put this guy on screen. Oh, let's switch this guy over here. Let's use. Let's put his webcam over up in the top left. The other thing with webcams and player. What's it called? I think I put it on here, but the observer PC, the guy spectating, is going to be the main content guy, the main thing people look at on the stream. Just like sports,
Okay.
You're not really looking specifically at a player unless they do something cool or like special,
Right.
So I just wanted to say that. Under that, I still need to research this more, but NDI scan converter is a software that can be installed onto the gaming computers. Or wait, no.
Okay.
Installed on the gaming computers and the observer PC. Sorry, I saw the letter P and I thought it said production. I was like, did I write that? But so what the NDI scan converter is it captures all of the footage on the screen, and then it pushes all of that to the production PC through Wirecast. I haven't researched Wirecast or NDI scan converter like extensively, like by themselves. I'm just taking them out from what I've read. And yeah, there's a much bigger chart down below of everything. And yeah, looking at this, the production PC is what the shoutcasters are going to use. So we can use simple USB microphones for them, and like webcams for them to look at, and all that good stuff. So
okay, yeah, I've heard of Wirecast before.
After all that, this is more management, like managing all the stuff. We should create charts of 4 columns. You got the device, like the device's names, the friendly name, which is very important. The friendly name is like what we're gonna see in the network switch, what we're gonna see in Wirecast, and we're gonna label all the cords with what the names are for this. So like, what does this cord do? Oh, it's for the student camera operator. All right, perfect. So we're not
Okay.
like grabbing wires everywhere. Like, oh my gosh, where does this go? What does this do? The IP address and notes. Like, hey, maybe where does this go? Does this go to on stage? Is this webcam for the shoutcaster or the student? And then under that, it talks about cables. You're going to need Ethernet cables, SDI cables, HDMI for the monitors, and USBs. Obviously USBs for like keyboard, mice, webcams, all that stuff. And then the last thing I thought was really interesting, we could get someone to be a community manager, someone that oversees the entire thing. They have this chart of like, I really like it. It says ×4 of like power strips, ×4 of like webcams, guest list, and like it's basically someone looking over the time, looking over the equipment. Do we have all the equipment? Is something missing? Are we off schedule? Like someone to manage all that. And I think.
Do you have the community manager in this document?
Say again. Come again? What'd you say? Oh yeah, I put some examples of what these charts would look like. The first one is the device chart. So just the devices, and then the second one is a time. Sorry, the second one is equipment. So, what do we
Hold
have
on, wait.
for what?
Where do you see it? I don't.
Scrolled all the way down.
It's further
Right.
down on the document.
Page 4, 5, and 6.
Well, I
Page
see the basic
4,
setup chart with the modem, router, network switch, all that. Okay.
Did you say you're looking at
Where's
the modem router network switch? It's the graphic under that one.
Oh.
It's on page 4.
See, I only have 3 pages.
That's strange.
Are you in
looking
the
at Zach's?
chapter 18 and 19 document?
You might be in
Oh,
the
click on it
16,
and go to there. Okay. Yeah. Billy, you're on the 1819, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't click there. I'm sorry. This thing was moving so slow. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, looking at this chart you're showing, Billy, it looks a lot similar what my old team used to do when it came to setting up the consoles to the TVs.
That's good though, because we're gonna need a lot of, because we're gonna have so many different equipment, so much different.
Oh my gosh.
If we have
Okay,
webcams
got
for,
it. Okay, now
yeah, like Zach, if we have webcams
Got
for
it.
each computer and a keyboard for each computer, separate mice, separate this, separate monitors. Does this monitor go to the production, or does this go to the? We're gonna need a label maker with lots of labels.
Yeah.
Let's label everything now. That's actually something they consider,
yeah.
Buy a label maker and label the hell out of everything, including lots of the cables.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yes. Once you set up and break down all of that stuff, it needs to be I had to bring labels here because there's just everything. There's just everything right here. So yeah. Yeah.
And then they said for cable runs, if we need to have a look at the venue, there's something called Google SketchUp Make 2017. I'm gonna bold that.
We might not go that far.
Okay.
Yeah, we might not go that far. That's intense, and that would be
That's like if
beyond
we know
us.
what the venue is. So
yeah, and we don't know, so we don't have to do any of that stuff. But at least you put it in here.
Yeah. And yeah, the 3 tables, the first one is this, and the second one is equipment. The last one is time management. These are just examples. These aren't the full list. So obviously the event doesn't start at 4:30 and end at 5:30.
Oh, this is good. This is good just because because Google SketchUp is AutoCAD software. 3D rendering stuff, and we won't need to do that. Okay.
Oh shoot! All right. That's what Google Sketch is.
They also say another thing, just have a Google Drawings top down of where's the. I only put Google SketchUp in 2017 because it's seems pretty big. So who knows?
Matter of fact, I don't even think it's called Google SketchUp anymore. I think Google, it's a paid. I think it's something else now. I think it's called SketchUp, but not Google SketchUp anymore.
Yeah, I had a question I wanted to ask while reading this and while briefly looking over Zach's document. Are we thinking about having this being student run, all students, or are we thinking more hiring people? Because this book talks about student run. This book is this is for a club. This is for a production club, and that's how it links to education. This is as if a school is doing it, but I know we're not a school, but we are helping schools, and maybe we can be hey, want to help? Maybe
we could pitch it that way.
So
you know what I mean. That's kind of one of those questions. I don't know who we have access to, who do we have access to, or do we have? I have no idea. Staff and after school. Sometimes there's a person there who's so you have the after school coordinator, and then you kind of have what are called teaching assistants. Some of them are usually come from Fresno State, and I forget the name. I don't know why. Oh, I forget the name of it. We haven't encountered them since last summer. Uh, it'll probably come to me. So they will probably have some young adult staff there too. We may have access to students, especially if someone wants to learn this, like you said, because it's a it's an invaluable skill to learn. Or whether we'll have an after school coordinator. I have no idea who we'll have access to, but we can pitch it.
Yeah, I think just thinking about it right now, like off the top of my head, it's like, let's say two of these after school coordinators be like, hey, want to help the Fresno County out and have something good like on their job resume. I feel like one of the main things we should pitch is like, this is a skill, this is a life skill for a career, camera operator, community manager, event coordinator, all this,
What?
this could be really good for.
100%.
Yeah, I'm looking at Zach's thing and the structure of the production team. All of those names, the producer, maybe not the producer, that might just be us. But everything like below that, the list, the names, those titles. Could you imagine like writing that in a document, getting students? You could put this on your job resume.
Yeah.
And a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, it's funny that you're bringing that up because I was actually thinking that reading chapter 16 because it did emphasize this idea, practice makes perfect. This is a great opportunity outside of building community, it's building opportunities for students to get hands-on, to learn these skills, and it also makes them more invested to want to prolong this. So it's not just a one-and-done event. Um, and I'm assuming at the very least we should try to aim to help develop the outline basics for high schools because one to take a workload off our plate, and if students are involved it's just adds more benefits and growth to unto them. So that is a question to ask for later, but I do find it funny how it connects really well from chapter to chapter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's exactly what we want to do, and that's what they want to do. They want to find if our after school program, uh, they all understand that you can get a scholarship and it's a career pathway to be a gamer, and then there's all these other jobs that go along with it, like camera operator, project manager, all of that. That's exactly how we are going to pitch this. So there are more roles to play in the gaming league than just gaming. So no,
Yeah.
that's exactly how we're going to pitch it. You
It's
guys
like
hit the nail right on the head.
they want to get into the production team, um, stuff like that.
I will say
Yeah, exactly.
just to briefly touch on chapter 17. Uh, it's a very short chapter. I'm pretty sure anyone could breeze through the reading. It's like what, only maybe 2 pages, three at most. But it did focus on branding and how to reach out to people who might still have misconceptions of gaming as a community. And it had a lot of interesting studies that do prove that gaming fills that need to socialize. So you're not antisocial when you play games, but in fact, it makes you even more social, help develop community, and get students engaged. And it did focus on how to change a parent's perspective on it and how to have this translate to events. Uh, the biggest question I kept asking because it had great statistics and ideas was how to virtually get this across. Because let's say that we can't do a physical event at all. That's just off the play for who knows why. COVID mainly. But
Right.
outside of that, um, the only answer I found so far is clubs are already trying to focus on the high school level how to get their students socializing with one another. All we need to really worry about and probably emphasize is if we use Discord to get a conversation going so clubs are able to socialize with other clubs more easily. So I don't know how the engagement might look. It might just be a casual conversation of gaming news or just special little events we're able to hold as Learn Steam, like classes, coding, maybe Minecraft base or so forth. But that the clubs taking the initiative just prolongs the community, would change parents' perspective, and and can get the support of the parents, what ensures this goes on longer than any of us.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they want. They want this to be they really do want this to be community involvement and sort of community driven. Around us, hosting the event. So this is good. Okay, these are all great stats and statistics and things that I need to present when I go to meet with them. So this is great as well.
Yeah, you can find most of the stats on page 94 and 93. Those are really good pitching points. The PDF is slightly off by a couple pages, but around that ballpark, 93 is the correct page. I mean, 90, yeah, 93, 94.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I see your document. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we need because it's the pitch point. Excellent.
Yeah, that's all.
And I'll do a very high level when it comes to. It'll be high level when it comes to some of the technicals of the hardware and software. Really, just showing them, like you said, a top-down view layout, kind of like this is here, and that's it. Because we really don't know how it's going to be run, so. Or I really don't know what they have in mind. I'm curious to see what they have in mind, and then we can tell them, that they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. You're wrong. Just like stick it to him.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. So Max, and then I think Lily, you can add your stuff to the main doc later, so that way you don't have to type forever.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to say about the parts you're maybe breaking down, just so I can understand it better because I'm an old man?
I still have some.
Okay, all right, it's cool. No, that's good. That's good. That's fair. So when Lily chats, it pops up over here, but it's not popping up over here.
She's got notes. She just needs to add them to the document.
And that was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so when I do that, then I don't get the gallery view of us. I have no. Okay, all right, excellent. That's really all I have, guys. I'm glad to get this feedback from you, so I can put this into the main presentation, main proposal, which is gonna look a lot like this already, with a few sales things. If we can just put in a link or a picture of that camera thingy in yours, Billy.
There's a link to it. In Billy's.
Let me see. Yeah, let me see because I was in the wrong document the whole time. Hold on.
It's a really expensive camera.
Perfect. I see it now. Okay.
Yeah,
And I'm glad you put
it
the
is
prices
pretty
in here. So the fact that you put the prices in here, depending on some of this stuff, I'll work with Curlin on some of the pricing and then how we're going to do that. And then,
The cameras and the joysticks are all recommended. I'm not saying like we need this camera, we need this joystick. I'm 100% sure we can get by with other cheaper alternatives, but if we want to be like good, like really really top tier, this is what they recommend. Because I really like how the camera looks. It's on this like. It's on this little pedestal, and it has like a full 360 view that can be controlled with the joystick. And so you can do like sweeping shots of the whole event. You can, and then once you're done with that, just move it right back to the shoutcaster. It's got all this really cool stuff that it can do with just a joystick.
Yeah, I'll look it up, and then I'll also look up. I'm sure somebody's reviewing this on YouTube or something, and then they have examples of it running. So I'll do that too. So I'll do that too. It's kind of like, you know, me using the Stream Deck to kind of do the same thing. And this, I'm able to program this to run different things, and we can switch back and forth. And this does a lot of what that thing does, but without the knob.
Hey Max, I wonder if Tony has a Stream Deck.
He got one for
Huh?
Tony got.
We're talking about I used to work for this streamer as a video editor, and I guess one of the biggest thing that was like hard to do was finding the funny parts, you know. And Stream Deck has something you can press, and for the video editor, it makes a noise on a separate timeline, and it marks like, hey, something funny happened here, ignore everything else. And I'm like, that sounds like a dream.
Tony got a Stream Deck.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
And I was like, do you know how much time that could have saved me in sports, like the other esports, like the Fresno sports? That was like one of the main reasons I didn't want to do it anymore, because I just sat there hours and hours on find funny or interesting things. It was not. That's why I kind of left. It was like, it's not really that.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff on here you can do, and it is a very powerful program. And I have a whole soundboard, so I can just dump in any sounds, all kinds of stuff. You can control all kinds of stuff with it. You just spend a lot of time setting it up, but once it is set up, it's good.
I want to work with Tony again. That was fun to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. What does your guys' Monday look like?
My Monday.
Or actually,
I'm free every day.
well, maybe same time next Wednesday. Maybe same time next Wednesday. And unless Alejo gets back to me to tell me something different about the time, I'll let you guys
Next
know.
Wednesday is in.
What do you think about
Next Wednesday is in the 3rd or the one after that?
No, the next one, the 3rd.
Okay, yeah. Because I always say it's technically this Wednesday now, but yeah, that's what was confusing last time.
The
What did I say?
seems good.
Well, yes.
Last time you said-
This Wednesday
I would
coming
say
up.
Wednesdays are
This
good.
Wednesday coming.
Thursdays, like at 6, I need a dip. So I
No, I wouldn't do Thursdays.
remember last time we did Thursday, and I that was the one I was having power problems with.
Oh, we tried to, but then
And
we tried to, but then I couldn't make it then
which is good because I had to
either.
leave early anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So next Wednesday, same time,
be
and then I'll be checking the document, Lily, for your links to your doc in the document, Lily, and I'll go through that as well. Same thing with you, Max. Just whenever you have time, you guys, whenever you're sitting down, you have some free time to do this. Just don't trip on it, stress about it, or anything like that. That's going to be my job, trying to bring all this together into a proposal, and then rehearse for the pitch and all that stuff. So
That's what Patino's prepared us for, guys.
you guys understand this obviously way more than I do. So your stuff is so invaluable.
Awesome. Well, sounds like a plan, and I'm excited for next Wednesday already.
Patino's prepared for us. This week
Yeah, this is good because it's going to start coming together.
This is good. I'm excited. Hopefully this goes through.
Cool.
If it doesn't, we got next. It's not like over, we still got the proposal. We're not going to delay it or whatever. And
No. The goal is for us to. No, the goal is to use this for us, because we can actually take this thing and shop it around. The goal is for us
That
to
would be
host.
fun. I would love
for
it.
us to host things too.
I would
so
love, after that too, I would love like a Street
it's great if we
Fighter
have our-
sports tournament. Like we could use this here. Like he would go crazy with it.
Oh, that would be
He
amazing.
would go nuts for that.
Yes. This is it. I mean, it's kind of cool because we can have our first client, right, who pays us to. I mean, we're getting paid to learn how to set it up and the equipment and work through the bugs, and this doesn't work, that doesn't work. We're getting paid to do that, and then we go out and say, okay, now we've figured it out, and then we start hosting game tournaments in places. That's what I'm talking about. So this is it right here. I mean, the goal is to keep this going, and then if this can be a constant source of income and stream for us, then you guys are the esports team, hands down.
That's the
Except I think there'll always be other There'll always be other things we want you guys to do too, but this will be solid. We can make this a thing. So I just don't see why not.
Well, I'm
So,
definitely excited. And honestly, like while working on this document, I lost track of time. Like I have a planner set up where it's because I'm technically taking 6 classes right now, so I need to like double down on what I'm doing, and I need to like stretch my time out right. I did not do that while working on this document. I was just like sitting there just reading it, and then it's like midnight. I'm like, wait a minute, what was I supposed to do today?
Yeah, I definitely don't want this to get in the way. So not at all.
If it ever becomes a thing, that's it might be a
I-
bit too much. I need to step out for a little bit, and then I'll definitely tell you if I'm like, oh, it's just too much. But like, I still want to be involved, but like, I can't be there like maybe for the meeting or something. I'll definitely tell you.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll figure it all out because this has to work with while you guys are going to school, and then you guys are still the team. If we had to bring in other people to do certain things, you're still the management team of this thing. So
Talking to people.
period.
Period.
So, all right, you wonderful people. I tried my best to record today as well. It's probably going to be really choppy and messed up. But did you guys get the last link? The link to the last one in the Discord?
I don't think you sent it to Discord, did you?
I think you put it in Asana.
Oh, I didn't. I haven't been doing a really good job. Oh, you did. I see it. eSports team discussion meeting 2320.
Okay.
I just haven't looked at it.
Yeah. I put it in Asana, but I thought I put it in Discord too. I'll put them in here too because I'm trying to get used to using it.
Oh man, my audio is so bad.
It's a little weird at first.
But it is.
But once you get the hang of it, everything works.
Man, I gotta buy a new mic. Watching this. My mic is so.
Yeah, just trying to navigate around, and then it takes up a lot of resources. And plus, with me not being on Ethernet right now, makes it even worse. So, okay, how do I, quit out of Discord
So
without
if
it
you click
running in the
on
background?
the settings button that's next to the headphones at the very bottom, and then you go to Windows
I'm there.
settings, it says minimize to tray. You're gonna click that button off, the switch off to the side. And then you can also set it to where it doesn't open on startup.
Yes, I do not want a system startup. Oh, that kills me. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, because I have a few programs that are opening on start. I've also got. So, that that Razer keyboard I gave you.
Yeah.
So I have software that just, oh my gosh, I gotta uninstall that thing because it's trying to load every time too. I got Microsoft Teams trying to run, and I have Discord trying to run as soon as I turn the thing on, and it's being overburdened.
I had that a while ago where it had like Razer starting, Epic Games was starting, Steam, Discord. Literally everything on my desktop was starting as my computer was starting up. So
I need to do something like that because I have I'm on the same boat. I've got CurseForge opening and Overwolf. What the heck is Overwolf?
That's like the parent company for CurseForge now. It's Twitch. It's
too much
stuff. I have it set right now to where it just does. It just has Discord startup.
How do you? Oh, did you just Task Manager?
Matter of fact,
What?
I'm using Task Manager.
yeah, it wouldn't do. Look, yeah, I had to. Even that wouldn't work. So I had Discord after our meeting. I think I quit out, and then I tried to click the X to close it, and it wouldn't go away. I had to turn my computer off. The Discord window just stayed full screen. It wouldn't go anywhere. It was
weird.
just
I've never
acting
had
crazy.
that problem.
So
I have problems sometimes with Discord to where if I'm running a video call or I'm screen sharing, Discord flashes. to where like it goes into a gray screen and then it shows up again and then it lags my entire computer. I've had that happen.
I can only imagine this is a free resource, and it's clearly not the best optimized.
It's not really built for
the video thing.
The video stuff. The video stuff's fairly new, especially sharing on a server. That's been around for I think the past year now.
Yeah.
So it's still fairly new. So
right.
they're working out all the bugs.
And maybe that's it, and I'm not even talking about the video stuff as much as when I'm done with it, it still wants to hang around and control me.
I just have it open all the time, so I don't
That's
really
kind
know
of what I'm talking about.
The issues that you're having is.
Got it. Now, when I'm at the lab, that's an Intel Nook Skull gaming PC, so that one can handle a lot more stuff. So I eventually got to get down there and install Discord on that one too, and that should be able to handle
I'm running it on my laptop, so it's I don't have that many issues.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got the laptop, then I have a second screen, and I'm going to get a third screen so I can have, for all these classes we're doing, sometimes I need a third screen, and then it's probably just going to be too much for this laptop.
I have a second screen for mine as well that just hooks into the USB, and it slows things down a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And then since I'm using this capture card, that does a lot too for this camera. All right, you wonderful people. Then let's just say for now, same time, Wednesday, 5:30, and then hopefully by Monday I'll have a preliminary, like I'm starting that proposal document for you guys to take a look at, add to, subtract to, give me your feedback.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. If you need anything, just hit me up.
Cool. Thank you guys for meeting today. I'm sorry about Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm glad you guys met with me today. Thanks, Lily. Thanks, Lily. I appreciate it.